Hey guys, so here is my Blue Beetle review. Now in the last issue, there's some things, it was, like I said, like, Blue Beetle was a bit slow, but seeing as this cover, look at this awesome cover it has. You have Silverback standing on top of Blue Beetle. This cover looks pretty awesome. You guys can't see this, just take a look at this cover right here. It looks pretty cool, right? And I have to say, let's see if this, cover actually lives up to, its expectations. Now, in the last issue, of course, Jaime finally got back home and, his Blue Beetle suit actually disengaged and he's finally human again. But the scarab is embedded into his spine. And so, of course, we learned also there's another villain who wants to catch, Jaime or get back the Blue Beetle scarab for Brenda's aunt. So, and that was Silverback. It was like kind of a robotic silverback gorilla kind of thing. And in this issue, we open up with actually Silverback and his gang of villains like Phobia, Warp, and Plasma. They transport into a party where Paco and his gang, the gang he's in, they're having a party and Paco just got there. And then later on, once he just got there, Silverback and Warp and the others teleported in there, and they wanted to, they want to find out who Paco is because they, of course, know who owns the car, his lowrider. So they found his car, and they want to know who owns his car because whoever was there, Paco and Jaime were there. They want to find out who was there and who might have took the Blue Beetle scarab. So they start interrogating the leader and start attacking everybody in the gang, and it was just pretty flat out, just awesome look right there. And of course, the leader was threatened, and they interrogated him because Plasma was going to burn off his face with his acid and stuff like that. So they start asking him questions, and of course, the leader tells Silverback everything about Paco, and after that, that's where we end, and then we start off with, Jaime waking up in the morning, and it's not a good morning. His mom comes in the room and finds the Blue Beetle scarab embedded into his back. So it looks like a tattoo, and she's pretty pissed. Like, she knows what happened last night, that, him and Paco went to Brenda's party, and, now she finds out that this Blue Beetle scarab thing looks like a tattoo, and she's pretty pissed. So what happens is that Jaime tries to tell his mom, this is and he's trying to explain to her, trying to tell her that this scarab turns him into this kind of awesome superhero kind of thing, So he tries to tell her that, but of course, the scarab, sees otherwise. You're compromising the mission. Don't do it. Don't tell her. And of course, stops him from telling her. And Jaime is saying, like, why can't I tell her? And the scarab says it's to protect her. And I'm thinking that if she knew he was the Blue Beetle, maybe the Reach might have to kill her or something like that. So the Blue Beetle has concerns for people knowing his secret identity. Now after that, of course, his dad's pissed and drops him off at school and tells him that, you're going to have to remove that sooner or later. We're going to remove that with laser because it's a tattoo and stuff. And Jaime's not having a good day. And he goes to class and he's trying to talk to the, Blue Beetle scarab. He's trying to, communicate, saying like, why can't I tell people? I want to, tell people, I have to tell someone sooner or later. And there's like, no, we have to keep our identity safe. We have to protect, other people from knowing, who we are and stuff. And of course, these two jock boys, the football player from like the first issue comes back and starts roughing up Jaime. Now what happens is, after he's trying to rough up Jaime and, the Blue Beetle scarab, of course senses that this is a threat. He's trying to hurt you, so he's trying to transform. And, his hand at first starts transforming, and he has to run to the, bathroom, stall, and he's going there, and then slowly transforming into the Blue Beetle, and finally he does turn into Blue Beetle. And of course the jock boys don't even know anything. They can't see what's going on. But they smell like something's burning because he's sending electricity to his back and stuff like that. And all this is just, he's like jeopardizing his identity and stuff. And later on, of course, Brenda saves him, gets the jock boys to leave the bathroom. And of course, the suit deactivates, and Brenda tells Jaime that Paco was at my house last night and he was telling me all these information and stuff like that. He was scared, worried, and asking about you. Did you steal a backpack or something? And of course, Jaime knows that, oh God, you know, he's in trouble. We have to help him. And of course, he deactivates his suit and runs out of the bathroom and tells Brenda, like, oh, this is nothing, you know, he's just going crazy. And Jaime runs out and turns into a Blue Beetle, and he goes off to find Paco, which is cool. And that's great, and that's just awesome. So, you know, he sends out, you know, the Blue Beetle, not the Blue Scarab, to send out, like, you know, the frequency and stuff like that to find him. And of course, Warp and, you know, Silverback actually find Paco before Blue Beetle does. So what happens is he actually put a motion sensor on his bed, and actually, you know, if he returned home, they would find, you know, that he was home because he was in the room because of the motion sensor. So they arrive there, but once they arrive there, of course, Blue Beetle attacks them, and they have an awesome epic fight, and it's just cool. It was a really cool fight between them. And after the fight, you know, I think Warp and Phobia leave because, you know, Silverback and Plasma were taken down. So what happens is that, you know, of course, after they leave, Paco comes out and sees Jaime there, and Jaime's face actually comes off because he deactivates the head part. And I'm not going to spoil it, but he does actually see Jaime there, and he actually asks him, "What are you doing? Why haven't you told me? You know, you're this, you know, this kind of person. Like, why did you have this blue scarab? And you never told me. When are you planning to tell me?" So he's asking all these questions, and now, of course, the Blue Beetle Scarab says, "Mission compromised." And I'm not going to spoil what happens, but you're going to be shocked at the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but turn of events is just, oh God. But yeah, I actually really love this issue right now. This issue was pretty great. Like I said, Blue Beetle is a bit slow, but it actually does pick up on issue 4, and that's actually what the creator said, that when it reaches issue 4 or 3, the turning point will actually, you know, spark up, you know, flames, and, you know, it just makes it awesome. And it does make it awesome. I actually like that. It was worth the wait, actually, and I hope you guys are still picking up Blue Beetle. I honestly highly recommend and suggest you guys just keep picking this issue up. I mean, right now, it's doing great. Don't give up on it. Love Blue Beetle. And that's that.